Welcome back, everybody. It's That Adventure Guy, and you're watching my second channel, GeekFuzz Rugs. So, in the last portion, we were tufting the rugs. I have it cut down, and this is the final, well, not final, but this is the final tufting as we're done. We still have to carve it. We have to put the backing on and pull the sides in, but I wanted to show it off real quick before flipping it over and getting to work on it. So this is what we're dealing with right here. Let's flip it over. If you missed the last one, this is for Butch13 Gaming. It's a YouTube channel. He does like a lot of racing sims and things like that. Great channel with a lot of fun. You may notice that the backing does look a little bit different than last time you saw it. I thought I was recording. Apparently I wasn't, but I went ahead and I added these little D hooks to the back of it, little D rings, so he'll be able to hang it on his wall if he wants to. And you'll see these little pieces of yarn here, they're tied to it, and then I glued those into place to keep them sturdy, so they're not gonna fall off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some scissors right here and go through, cut the sides of these, and then I have the glue gun right over here heating up. I'm going to fold them in on top of itself. So let's get to it. I'm going to go roughly like every half inch, so you're going to see these lines here. I'll go like halfway through each of them. And you know what, I'll just do every inch. I'll do it right on the line for these ones. These don't have to be too perfect on the sides here. This is more to stop it, to stop this backing cloth from unraveling. At least that's what I believe it's for. I could be completely wrong about it. I'm going to cut this corner of it out, so we don't need that. That's garbage. I do believe it is properly heated, so we're gonna start this. It's got the glue gun there. Ooh, got on my finger a little bit. And I do have this roller to help straighten it out, get everything nice and flat on the back of it. So we're gonna roll that as we do it. Apparently, my camera stopped recording. I didn't realize it, but still working on it, getting there. I have the last section to do, so just wrapping this up. Arguably, at least to me, the most boring part of the process here. I did go ahead and put a second stick in and started a second. We're getting low, so that should last us the rest of here. And this is gonna wrap this part of the process up for now, and then we'll get to the trimming and the carving next. Okay, there we have the rug now, just the rug. How cool. It's definitely starting to take shape now, isn't it? Looking pretty good. Now, one of my favorite parts of the process. So the hot gluing is one of my least favorite. This is my favorite. Remember in grade school, picking off the glue from your fingertips, like the Elmer glue? Yeah, you get to live that all over again. But yeah, I don't know why there's something oddly satisfying about doing that to me. All right, I'll get back to you when that's dry, and we'll start trimming this up. It's been about 20 minutes now. This is cooled off. It's dry, not wet anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over. Look at that. That's crazy how it looks like a rug already. So I have these. We're gonna be using these Ginger, I guess it's called, G-I-N-G-H-E-R. does say Germany, so like the infomercial says, must be good. Remember that Vince, the You'll Love My Nuts guy? I think we all remember him. Kind of a weirdo guy. So what I'm going to use these for, before trimming the rest of it, I'm going to use this to trim the top of it. But I'm going to go along the corners here, the sides of it, and kind of trim off the edges of that. So we can start right here. And these things are razor sharp. Now you can see I'm kind of going at it at an angle, try to round it out a little bit. I don't know if you can tell from there, but I am kind of bringing it right to the backing cloth there. You can see the cloth on it, but not cutting into the backing cloth. So you don't want to cut into that. Never use these. I'm going to do these later. I'm slightly terrified of this. Now, when I'm doing it this way, I am using this kind of as a guide along the top, along the backing cloth here, as to make sure not to cut into it. And I believe that these scissors, these type, are called duckbill. So if you are curious on getting them, I got mine off of eBay. I think I paid, after shipping, like 10 or 12 bucks for it. So they're expensive if you buy them new. I think these ones were like between $40 and $60, depending on where you get them. But on eBay, these were actually still new. Actually, it's the first time using them. You can see how shiny they are. But they were way cheaper. So definitely save yourself some money. Look on eBay or Facebook Marketplace before buying them new. Get fuzz off of here. Get some of that geek fuzz off the rug. Again, I'm just kind of, if you don't notice, I am going like this a little bit, kind of rounding it off. Yeah, you can see you have some things like right here. This one's a little bit long. We'll get to that with the trimmers though. That will even that all out. This part, I don't mind this at all. I could do this all day. Except it does hurt the knuckles a little bit. I have fat sausage fingers. Now, kind of curiosity, I do have another one of these. Let me see if I can find it. So when I bought this, it did come in a kit. Came with these things too. So this is, I think, definitely by far the best one to go. But just out of curiosity, let's try these other things and see if these do any good. Now, I have my doubts about these, but I think we're just supposed to. Oh, actually, yeah, they do get some of the fuzz, but it's really difficult to get off of it. That one will take forever if I do that. This might be a decent one. I do have somewhat high hopes for this, so let's see. Oh yeah, actually this might work better than the other one. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that worked great. Look at all of that just from that one. And then the final one is this one. It's very similar to this. But this one, if you look, it has metal, like almost like coils on the top of it. Whereas this is just like plastic, hard plastic brush. So we'll give this one a shot too. Actually, this one seems to be doing all right too. Yeah, you can see that one did a fairly good job. So I don't know. Let's do a one versus one. See, it looks about even. Let's take a peek. This one has that much. Where's this one? has that much. So yeah, you can see they're very, very similar. I just noticed I cut my hand some more. All right, I am all properly healed up. Well, I don't know if properly is the word to use. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this for the rest of this. Get this all cleaned up, then we'll finish up with the. I mean, yeah, look how good this does. Huh. And that was just an added bonus when I bought the other one. I thought the other one was gonna be the good one. So we got a little rogue blue in here. See if I can get in there and pull that out. Oh, actually, it was a black one. Yeah, there we go. Got that one pretty much out of the way, taken care of. Yeah, you do have to give these a pretty good pull now that it's glued on in the back of it. Does not come out as easy as they used to. Yeah, perfect. Oh, one more. I believe that was going to be good enough for now. Now, to the part that terrifies me. A lot of people love it. To me, it terrifies me because I'm screwed of messing up the entire project. But we're going to go ahead and try the trimming out. Now, it does have a different power levels. I always just put this, well, I say always, like I do it a lot. This is my second one. The first time I just had it all the way full power. So I think that's what we're going to do again this time. This, again, will just even everything out. Trying to make it a little bit better looking, well, a lot better looking actually. Clean up all the colors a little bit better before I go ahead and carve them out. Clean this off and see how it looks. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the colors more defined between the two. That's awesome. Looking a lot better already. After I'm done cleaning this off, all we have to do is, I mean, I say all we have to do is, it's gonna be a little while, but we have to carve them out with this tool here, which I'm terrified of doing. Then put the backing on, and then this rug is complete. The final thing would be to deliver it to Butch13. See if he likes it. So I have been putting this off for a few hours. My fingers, for the most part, is healed up, but I've been putting it off because I'm terrified about this. This can make or break the rug. I've never used this. In hindsight, I probably should have done a little practice piece first, a little square practice piece, but too late for that now. We are on to trying this out. I just oiled it up with the 3-in-1 motor oil, so that is good to go. And let's give this a shot. Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's no way you can see how fast this is going. My eye can't see anything. It's just a blur. All right, here goes nothing. Oh gosh, it just sped up even more on me. I don't know if you can hear the difference. Whoa. There we go. Now we're getting, I don't know if it's coming up, but you're definitely being able to see a much better line in between these colors now. Getting kind of hard to see with all the lint, like microscopic lint too. Yeah, you can really see there's a big groove in between the colors here now. That's what we're going for. Now you'll notice I'm going this way when I'm going to put the blade the other way to kind of help shape it better. So if I'm going against the black here, I'm going to pull the black against the way I'm going. So whenever I was doing the blue, I was pulling it this way and going the opposite way. And then this looks like it's getting dirty. That will all vacuum right off at the very end. That is nothing to be concerned about at all. That's to be expected. And you clean this part up there a little bit better. But other than that, the rest of this looks pretty good. Actually, before I turn, you guys, I'm gonna get this inside here too, and then we'll turn this around. So now I'm gonna start back over to here where I left off. Get this all cleaned up. See how it looks. This is definitely a messy hobby for sure. Probably not the healthiest either. It's probably not the best to be breathing all this stuff in. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely, but you know what? This is my first one. My first like real rug, like I said before. So far I am thrilled with the way this is coming out. There was a little bit on this here I wanted to clean up real quick, some black. I think that should pretty much do it. Yeah, much better. All right, let me get this cleaned up and see where we stand. And good thing I double checked everything. I got it mostly cleaned up, but I did notice I did not carve here or here yet. So gonna get that done real quick, and then we'll put the backing on this bad boy, and it's gonna be done. All right, let me get this cleaned up, and then I will show you the final result of it. Well, here it is, all cleaned up. Were there mistakes made? Yeah, there were a couple. Like right here, I went a little too aggressive with the razor, but for my first time doing a rug, you know what? I am very happy with the outcome of this. I mean, one thing left to do, actually two things left to do. First, we have to put this backing on here. Now, I did go ahead and cut it down very close to the size, and I do have this, you can see some reflective tape here because I did cut slits in, and if you look close you can see that little D hook in there. I put the tape on it so it doesn't fall back through. There's one here, and then the other one's right over here. So we have the two D hooks right there, and let's get going on this. And I am going to be using the Gorilla Glue contact adhesive, ultimate contact adhesive. That's what I read is good for it, so that's what we're going to use. You do want to spray both sides as you're doing this. Oh man, this stuff stinks. This is definitely want to be in a well ventilated area. This sticks pretty fast, so you have to make sure you have it stretched and everything pretty good. I am going to use this. I do have rollers too, I just forgot them upstairs, but this works just as good as the rollers though. Now that this is done, I am going to let this sit and dry for a few hours, and then we're going to trim off the edges, and then we are done. Doing one thing after that, we need to deliver this to Butch13 and see how he likes his new rug. I was wrong, my roller was down here. Let's just get this done real quick. Might as well use it if I have it, right? Okay, now just gonna let this sit here and dry for a few hours and come back. You know, I'm just gonna trim this off. I'm gonna do that off camera. It's nothing really exciting. So the next thing you're gonna see is me delivering this to Butch.